Hey everybody, Liniter here. Welcome to my healthy keto mukbang. I have prepared this wonderful feast for me here. This, one of my favorite dishes. It's sticky pork ribs by Gordon Ramsay, and usually this dish has quite a lot of honey in it to make them sticky and sweet. Today I tried some substitute, a syrup I made, and it worked. It's actually a success. It's like sticky pork ribs with honey, but no honey, almost no carbs. It's all inulin, erythritol, sweetener, and gluten gum, and it works. It's so amazing. I can't wait to dive right in. It's such a treat. Anyways, I already tried it when I cooked it. I know it's delicious. First things first, prior informations. The only thing about this dish is that it's quite sticky, as the name implies. And you eat this by hands. So the hands will be quite dirty, but it's well worth it. It also has ginger pieces, like these, which are quite delicious. Let's dive in right here. This dish is such a treat. It's really simply amazing. And like on one side, I would say this needs a bit of more adjustment to make it like a bit more caramelized. On the other hand, it's even better this way, because the spices don't stick as much and you can easily remove them if like a piece of anise stuck to the pork, while when it's cooked with honey, it can caramelize and stick to the pork and you can't really take it out. Anyways, today we're going to talk about this topic I don't really know where to start with, because it's, you know, this kind of thought which sometimes occurs to you, which makes everything fit together, like so many puzzles connect at once. You grasp this unifying principle of the universe, which kinda opens your eyes and makes you become amazed at how everything is connected, how everything makes sense now, while before it kinda didn't. So I just start with whatever I can start with, like whatever I can think about. You know how nowadays, like, we have so many temptations we have to abstain from. So many things grasp our attention and try to lure us into ventures we ought not to partake in. My God, so good. It's sweet and sticky and almost no carbs. A keto feast. Really, it's so good. Right, so, for example, you work, but you have these urges to procrastinate. Play some mobile games, computer games, watch some YouTube. You have urges to smoke or use alcohol unresponsibly, like get drunk. You have urges to get some drugs. You have addictions to drugs. You have people desiring and craving things which would ultimately kill them, destroy them, ruin them. You have all these desires which you have to abstain from, otherwise you get ruined. And the ginger as well. Just top-notch glazed ginger. Sweet, spicy. So delicious. Let's keep the temperature a bit lower here. You have all these desires, all these cravings. We have to abstain. We have loans, credit, debt. Like you want something, but you cannot afford it, but you want it. And they tell you, oh, just sign here and you'll have it, right? So easy. And you have to actually tell yourself, no, I cannot do that because that's going to be bad. I'm going to be in debt. I'm going to be even more financially burdened, I don't want to do it. But you want to do it. That's the problem. You know it's bad, you still crave it. In so many ways, this keeps happening. There are also all these scams, all these financial pyramids, all these cons and scams where you get tricked into believing you can earn money but you lose money. All this stock market nonsense, like I don't mean the real stock market, but all these binary options, trading where you get hooked on good profits and then you lose money. All these things which lure us, you have to abstain from. It's like everywhere. Our life has turned into an endless carousel of these desires and cravings, and it feels like you have constantly got to say no to you. You constantly got to say no to yourself, to limit yourself, to abstain. It doesn't feel that good to live like that, right? You would like to enjoy what you desire, but so much we desire is so bad for us. And I thought about it, why didn't we have this problem before? At least it seems that before life was so much simpler and straightforward. And then it occurred to me, we as humans have created all these systems, all this logic, all these institutions, all these financial instruments, all these games that our body does not yet understand. And that's what's ruining us. You see, we made this happen. We have created loan and debt and consumer credit, but our bodies do not understand it. For our body sees something, it wants it, and there is no person who stands guard with a sword and a shield. There is no like barrier of entry. Just take it, sign here, and it's yours. Our body does not understand the implications. For our body, if you want it, why don't you take it? It's yours. For our body, it's an acquisition of property. It doesn't get that once you buy it, it loses price because you cannot sell it back for the same price, right? On a second-hand market. But you also get loan, so you also pay interest. So you get something which decreases in price and you pay overboard for it. For our body, it doesn't work that way. Because our body, our cravings, are a result of natural selection. So whoever reproduced, their algorithms, their genes got passed to the next generation, so on and so forth. It happened many times, and naturally the genes, the programming, the cravings, the ideas which got us to reproduce and survive got selected. The issue is, it happened over millennia, over many thousand years, but now in 100, 200 years, we have created all these new instruments, all these new ideas, all these new games, all these new financial instruments and stuff, that our body can not even hope to start to understand in such a short period of time. Only several generations have passed while the stock market exists. So how could it? Only several generations have passed while like 1-2 generations have passed while computer games exist. So our bodies don't know how to work with this, and our body is fooled by this. And that's why we have all these issues. We made them. It's like, amnesia or stalker, where you wake up in the end and you understand you are the bad guy all the time. It's you. It's us. Oh, this is so good. It's just my favorite dish, one of, but now I can enjoy it freely on keto. Because there's no honey, there's no empty carbs in there, no high glycemic carbs. It's just fats and protein and a little bit of carbs in the ginger, and that's it. Okay, this fat is not very tasty, I'm gonna remove it. Oh my god, it's so good. Absolutely delicious. So it got me thinking, why didn't it happen before? And I finally understood. Say you are a peasant, why don't you go obsessed about a king and his jewels and his gold and his harem of hookers? Right? It's natural for you to desire his good, his gold, his jewels, because that would set you up for a lifetime, right? Like in medieval times, a peasant's life, one such jewel would last you for a lifetime, right? Of your expenses. But the peasant didn't have to constantly shoo away these thoughts about going and trying to steal the king's jewels, or kill the king and take his harem for himself. He didn't have to fight this urge. Why? Because he had a natural counterweight. His body understood that he would be executed. The fear of getting executed for mutiny outweighed the pleasure of having some girls and money, right? So he understood that most likely he would get killed if he tried to. And so that made it even. That made his body naturally not even desire to go and take king's jewels, because his body understood this doesn't lead to his success and reproduction and survival, because the danger was too much. But our body does not sense the danger from drugs. It does not sense danger from smoking, from alcohol, from taking part in some risky trading on the stock market. Or investing money with some pyramid scheme. Our body doesn't see the danger. It doesn't see the man with a sword. It sees nothing. Nothing it can understand. And so our body wants it. It's the same with work, with computer games, procrastination. Our body sees you can work hard and eventually will get some result in the future, or you can work right now for 5 minutes and get result right now in the game. Your body is fooled. It doesn't understand the difference between the game and real work. It thinks it's also real, this loot, this experience level up, because your body wants you to get what? To survive and reproduce, to get socially acquainted, to get social connections, to get friends, to be wealthy, to be rich, to get more property. It all leads to your reproduction and your survival, naturally. So your body wants these things. And so when you have this game, which gives you an illusion of having these things, it fools your body, and your body thinks, okay, we can work hard and get something in the future, uncertain and small, or work right now for 5 minutes and get something certain and definitely awesome in this game right here. So let's do this game. Let's not do the work. That's how we procrastinate. And it's like that everywhere. The spices are, of course, unedible. The star anise and Sichuan peppers. Our body is guided from pain towards pleasure. Avoid pain, crave pleasure. pleasure and pain naturally evens out. So if you have an option to attack the king and steal his jewels, but the most likely result is your untimely demise and execution, your body will balance it and you won't even crave it. Because your body understands that there's this risk, which outweighs the chance of a reward, so it doesn't incentivize you to go towards it. Or you would die, and you won't reproduce, you won't survive, so it doesn't get passed on. But you see, with drugs, with risky trading on the stock market, with unhealthy foods and stuff, there is no pain our body gets. Our body doesn't get the pain of paying extra money for a loan took. It doesn't get the pain of being a drug addict and dying to a drug overdose, or just being ruined by the drug, being just a husk of a man and quickly wasting your health and dying to some cause, or again overdose, or just being so addicted you can't function normally as a human being because you feel so much withdrawal syndrome, your life is unmanageable. Our body doesn't see it as pain, it doesn't see it as an issue, and that's why we crave them. So you get hooked on this offer to go and have some risky trading with options on the stock market. You get shown this presentation how much you can earn, and you crave it. And sure, you can logically understand that it's bad for you, that you can lose so much more than you can win. And the chance of success is quite low. That most people lose money through this method. But all this is in your head. Your body doesn't get it. And so yes, you can abstain by physically, like employing your self-restraint, your discipline, your self-control, but willpower is limited. So you will eventually cave in. Like you will abstain once, twice, then you will cave in. You cannot abstain forever. Your body has to feel it, the pain, which balances out the pleasure, for you to stop craving it. And now that I think about it, for most such things, I did have to lose something to stop wanting it. Like, I'm sorry, I dabbled in financial pyramids. In Russia, it's quite popular to try to earn money investing in financial pyramids. It is possible, of course, if you are quick enough to live with your money and timely enough. You can live with more money than you put in. It's a risk, of course, it's a game, it's a gamble. I also tried to game the forex market, and all the times I did have to lose something for me to stop craving it, to be able to finally control my urge and say, no, I won't do it again. I logically understood it way before I stopped doing it. But logic couldn't save me. I had to experience the pain of the loss, so that then my body stopped craving it, because my body knew that this pleasure it expects is associated with the pain it well knows now. So only after my body knew the pain was I able to stop craving it. Same with binge eating. I couldn't stop binge eating until I had several severe cases of binge, where I would binge 8,000 calories at once, and I would feel terribly. I would feel like I would die because my stomach would hurt so much. I would feel completely ruined and destroyed and exhausted from this. I literally couldn't function properly. Like I couldn't exercise, work out. I could hardly walk. And only after 5 or 6 times I did this was I able to actually stop desiring to binge. Like now if I get an urge to binge, it would quickly pass without me having to do any sort of self-restraint because the body remembers now. How terrible it is. Same with procrastination. It took several very painful and very frustrating and, humiliating experiences where I would procrastinate instead of doing my work, and I would get humiliated by my employer about being basically so worthless, right? Before I was able to conquer it. Same in my personal development. It took me several humiliations before I could conquer my procrastination in terms of my self-development. Willpower is not limitless, it's limited. You cannot rely on it. It will end. You will maybe stop yourself once, twice, but eventually, if you don't find a way to teach your body pain associated with it, you will cave in. You will cave in, you will give up. Your willpower will run out, and you will do it, whatever it is. So I think the only way is to associate pain with it. Pain, humiliation, terror, something very unpleasant. So it balances out the potential pleasure. One second. I bet my place is already quite dirty, but again, you don't eat this with a knife and a fork. You eat this by hand and it's very delicious. It's just quite sticky and quite makes you quite dirty as a result. And here again, I think many self-development coaches are mistaken. So many times you hear this notion of negative emotion. There is no negative emotion. There is no negative emotion. Every emotion is positive. Happiness is negative emotion on a graveyard when you're mourning someone who is being buried right now, right? If you dance and laugh there, there's something wrong with you. But grief is a proper emotion at that point. You have to grieve to let go. Let go of the dead person, of the person who is being buried. Let go. Have peace. Be at peace with the person being gone forever from this earthly life. You have to do it. You have to grieve for that. So emotion is always good. It's about when is this emotion, like when does it appear, and if you actually let it control you, that's when it can become not good. But emotion on its own is good. And so, have no fear, have no shame. No, have fear, have shame. Just have it applied to something you want, not something you don't want. When you have an urge to procrastinate, it's good to have fear that you will lose your job or get kicked out of the university It's good to have shame when you turn out tomorrow and you haven't done your homework or you haven't done your project you have to be ready with by tomorrow. It's good to have this shame and fear and not do what you desire to do, not procrastinate. On the other hand, if you want to, say, approach a girl and greet her and tell her you like how she looks and you want her number to see her maybe once more, here is where the fear is not appropriate. So here you have to remove the fear. But the fear on its own is not bad. Limiting beliefs are very good if they limit you from doing stupid things. It's good to be limited in taking harmful drugs, in making risky, poor financial decisions. It's good to have limiting beliefs. You should have limiting beliefs about participating in financial pyramids, get rich quick schemes and stuff. But of course, you should not have fears about participating in proper opportunities to earn money. It's a balance, right? God damn it, it's so good. Like, seriously, it's... This dish, I love it so much, but I couldn't enjoy it because I went on a healthy diet. I was restricting my calories, so I could not have this dish because it's quite unhealthy when it's cooked with honey and it has naturally high fats, so it's a lot of honey, a lot of high fats, no good. Now I can enjoy it whenever I want. It's so good. So easy to make too. It takes like an hour and a half, but most of it is passive time. It just cooks in the pan, in the oven. It's simple, easy, and so delicious. So yeah, I think it's mistaken to see limiting beliefs, fears, and doubts as something bad. They are meant to hold you back from doing something stupid. It's just that the world has changed and they more function. And they hold you back from doing something good, but don't hold you back from doing something stupid. I'm sorry. It's quite spicy. Other than that, really, you need everything, including these limiting beliefs. Because if you're completely free to do anything you want, you will quite easily die by getting into some risky situation and just not having fear and shame and doubt to prevent yourself from committing something very risky and having it go against you and you're ruined. And all of this we have created ourselves. Nobody created this for us. Nobody lured us into this trap. It's us. We have made it so. Gambling, computer games, financial pyramids, get-rich-quick schemes, all these binary options, risky ways to trade, leverage, forex, all this, we have created it. All these consumer debt, loans, credit cards, we have made it. And now we suffer as a result. Because we're doomed to crave something our body doesn't understand, something our body cannot hope to understand. It will take many thousand years. By that time, everything will change completely once again. So we're doomed to constantly desire things that are harmful to us. And like if there wouldn't be, there would be no pleasure, right? You don't get any pleasure from playing a children's game. Like, you know, kids, they might have fun running around like, pew, pew, pow, I shot you. And they have fun doing it. You're not. You're an adult. You're like, you don't get pleasure from this. But give you a laser gun, a paintball gun, or an airsoft gun, and give you proper equipment, grenades that look like real, all this stuff you wear, and now you're having fun. Or give you a good computer game, a good mobile game, which has all these sound effects and stuff, which feels like the real deal, and now you enjoy it. That's because the game is now tricking your mind. It tricks you into feeling it's real, while it's not. If it wouldn't trick you, you wouldn't have pleasure playing it. It will be like a kid's game. You'll be like, oh, it makes no difference, why would I do it? When kids run around and shoot each other with these finger pistols, I shot you, I win. As an adult, you look at this and you understand that it makes no difference. When the game is over, you understand nothing has changed. Nobody actually died, nobody actually survived, nobody actually gained anything. You know it's all fake. That's why you're not interested in it. But when it's a computer game, when there's like a World of Warcraft, where loot and level up and gear and stuff exists, you get fooled into thinking it's real. Even though it's not real. It's fake ones and zeros at some hard drive. But you get fooled into believing it's real. And that's why it brings you pleasure to play these games. If they wouldn't grab you like this, fool you like this, there would be no pleasure in playing them. There needs to be either some reward associated with the game, like when you play for money, like poker, dice, whatever, or the game itself must fool you into believing whatever you do in the game actually matters. And modern games do that very well, really well. One second. Everything is going to be sticky anyways. With this dish right here. It's worth it though. It's so worth it. So it's inevitable. If you like it, if it gives you pleasure, it's gonna grab you and lure you and trick you. And when you have a game which you really like and enjoy playing, it's inevitable this game is gonna make you procrastinate. Because when you have this game as an option, and you have real work, real study as an option, the game will most likely win. Because it's easier, faster to get results, and your brain doesn't understand the difference between fake loot and real money, between fake level ups and fake friends and real friends. Unless, again, you teach your body the pain of this mistake. You teach your body how these fake friends don't mean anything, how this fake loot means nothing. But if you do it, and if your body understands it, you will stop receiving pleasure from these games. They won't trigger it anymore. That's the unfortunate thing. If you want to keep this option open to have pleasure from games, you keep it open to be procrastinating and having to say no to playing games when you ought not play games. And honestly, I don't know yet if there is a solution for this. Several millionaires, public millionaires I follow and listen to, they say they abstain from games because games ruin you. Say Alex Becker, for example. And I think he has a point. Many millionaires, like Donald Trump, for example, don't drink coffee, don't drink alcohol. They abstain from stimulants and alcohol because they want to be more clear about their day. They want to have more energy. They want to have more stable energy. Don't want these ups and lows. To fight cravings. It's easier for them to completely abstain from it, completely deny it. But the most important point here is that, oh my god, okay. Nice. It's now flying everywhere as well, this sticky mess. It's so good, but again, this is supposed to be sticky. The recipe is called sticky pork ribs, so it's supposed to be sticky. This is even extra sticky because it's less caramelized and more like a gravy, like a sauce, like a thick syrup. So it's even more sticky in that sense. The main point here is that we made it happen. Nobody tricked us. Nobody created this hell. Nobody is out to get us. There is no conspiracy. We ourselves have created instruments, games, logic, which our brain understands but our body doesn't. And now we have to fight it every day. So much human productivity, so much human growth is lost to procrastination. Just think about it. These games, they call them time killers, literally. People kill time. Time is invaluable. Time is infinitely valuable. You have only one life to live. You will die. Your time is limited. It's invaluable. You cannot buy time. Regardless of what you believe, like do you believe in afterlife or whatever, this life on Earth is one single life. You're limited to this one life, is unique and it's limited in time. So killing your time is such a bad idea, right? But we'll do it. Because these games are addictive, attractive, interesting. They hook you. You want to play them. Okay, there's too many bits of unedible fat here. Like really, this is such a delicacy. On keto, it's such a feast. You have this. Sticky, deliciously sweet. So much more potential have been wasted on games. You think about it, it's ridiculous. Instead of all these wonderful things we could have achieved. Look at the past, how much we have achieved with so little technology, with so little. We would achieve so much, but now we have so much more people on Earth. We are overpopulated, we have so many people. But these people are wasting their lives away in games. While each and every one of them has conditions better than those which most of the geniuses and strong names of the past like Da Vinci and Nikola Tesla and so on, like what these had. Many people today have better conditions they live in. They have better conditions, they have more time on their hand to achieve insane greatness because we have so much technology now. Education is so much better available to us. In Russia we have this very famous scientist Lomonosov. He had to walk barefoot across Russia, like in danger of being eaten by wolves and predators and so on and so forth, just to get to university, just to get education. Because he was born in a village, he would never get any good education there. So he abandoned everything and went by foot. Right now, all the education is almost free. It's available online. So many topics you can educate yourself for free or for dirt cheap, but mostly free. But to fall prey to these schemes, these games, and waste away our potential. It's horrifying. It's really horrifying. This is so friggin' good. It's just insane how good it is. And again, the simple thing, it connects everything for me. I always wondered, why do I desire these things? And you know, in Christianity there is this concept of sin. People often mistake it for this thing right here. Sin is something different. This isn't sin, this is just how we have ourselves screwed our life. How we have ourselves sped up our evolution too quickly for our bodies to never be able to catch up to it. I always wondered why there is so much trouble in my life. Why do I have to constantly fight the urge to basically do self-harm? Where is the border between healthy gaming and unhealthy gaming? How do I enjoy, say, World of Warcraft without giving up my responsibilities as a husband, as a person who works, without becoming like closed off from society without giving up social connections and just sitting there all day long? How? Now I know what's the problem here. I don't have the solution yet. At least I know the problem. At least I know what the issue is. That's already a step in the right direction, I think. Delicious as hell. And again, now it's also healthy. That's what I like about keto diet. You naturally make all these tasty dishes also healthy. Because you remove empty carbs, you remove high glycemic carbs, you replace them with zero carb foods, or you replace them with something healthy, and it's awesome. Originally, you can't fit this into a healthy diet. You just can't. Maybe enjoy it like on a cheat day, that's it. Here I could have this several days a week and be fine. Because it's just healthy fats and proteins. Some vegetables. That's it. Very simple. It's just awesome. I'm dirty as a pig, probably. Well worth it. Ain't gonna happen, right? Ain't gonna happen. Let's see if I can at least do this. Anyways, this is futile. Thank you all very much for being with me today. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you'll be the first one to know when I release another healthy keto mukbang video. And then check out this playlist right here for more healthy keto mukbangs that you will definitely enjoy. I love you all and see you all again real soon.